Hey guys. Well, I wanted to do something for today, and I've been sleeping. I slept twice today, so I'm not going to be able to go to sleep today. No, well, I'm not going to be able to go to sleep in the middle of the night because I've gone to sleep like 2 times, and now it's the middle of the night, and I don't even feel tired, so that's a problem. Not really. I don't really care. But the reason why is because, well, there's been like a few times I've done this where I want to talk about something incredibly serious, and this is something that actually happened on vrchat. I think yeah, it was like 2 days ago, and yeah, want to talk about it. So, as I have probably said multiple occasions of times, is that I have a reading disability. I can't really read that well, to the point where I have just given up, and I have just pretty much have my phone able to read. I have ways to get things read to me and done. I'm literally writing a book. So here's the thing. There's ways, people. So I'm going to give you two sides of the story. One is from the person's point of view, who what he did, and two is just like people who actually deal with the disability. Okay? Let's go with number one. So in this, so we were in this little comedy place, whatever, and these two people up top heard that I couldn't read because I said that because I can't read, so I can't read the text that we need to read the scripts from. So, and then these two, and I'm calling them assholes, by the way, because they were assholes. They were just like, so they said, like, how can you not read, but you were able to put your username on there? And and I could have answered that, but I refused because I was dealing with some stuff at the time. And then pretty much the person who said that it previously started saying to me that it doesn't make no sense. And then the other guy started saying, hey, just learn how to read. Like, is that fucking simple? Yes. Yes, I am so dumb. I didn't realize that I just need to learn how to read. And then they started insulting disability. I said, I'm already having a bad day as it is, so I'm just gonna mute you guys because I am not trying to have a mental breakdown. So I muted them. Now I was talking to someone else who was up on the top of this where they were. And so one, because I didn't have their skin showing, they did not have the middle finger. They were pointing the middle finger at me, but because I didn't have their skin showing, they were just doing this, and they had both of their hands, so they were just like. So it looks like they were saying "rock on," but I could tell that the dude was trying to give me the middle finger. And so I asked my friend if she was friends with these two assholes in that complete sentence. And so returning to that, she said she's not friends with them. And so I blocked them. Like, I blocked them. Couldn't see them anymore because I blocked them. And so, yeah. And I'm just gonna give you guys the two standing points of that for people who are dealing with anyone who has disabilities. This is just for anyone who has disabilities. This is not for particularly people who can read. This is for disabilities who people who. One, if you guys encounter someone who has a disability, doesn't matter what it is. First of all, don't be a dick and be like, oh, just learn how to do it. Oh, no, no, shut up. Shut up. Because in the end of the day, people who have disabilities have it way harder. And actually, let me just tell you this. I'm not saying that the people with disabilities have way harder than other people in the nations, like people in foreign countries. I'm not talking about them. I talk about people who have disability and they need to learn something. They have it so hard and it's so difficult for them. And there's a few other people who have those difficulties, but I'm not going to get into that because that is way too long of a conversation to have on here. So don't do that. Don't do what they did. Understand that if someone says they have a disability, like you say, you can't read, and then if the person says like their disability, they have a disability that literally makes it hard for them to do it. Understand that, and then don't say anything else about it. Don't make fun of them, don't insult them, and don't try to criticize them. Those are the three things you don't do with people with disabilities because you don't know what is going to happen. And I know in VR chat people do what they want because they can't get hurt. But understand this, there's hackers and there's actually kid hackers. I am not one of them. But understand this. This is the reason why I think there should be some restraint on people's how people want to talk on VR chat. This in my opinion. In my opinion. Okay? Now go to the other side of it. The people who have disabilities. Now, people who have disabilities, there are ways to work with your disabilities. There's a way to work around your disabilities. You gotta find those ways, and you have to find those ways that works with you and doesn't make it any more difficult than it has to be. For those reasons are the reasons why I'm saying that people who have disabilities, okay, and there's ways you can deal with those disabilities, okay? I have found ways for me to use my disability and have ways to like work around it or work with it. And by the way, if you guys are wondering, my disability is kind of a hard one because I do recognize words. I recognize what the word looks like, and that's like imprinted into my brain. And so that's how I know certain words says something. Like for instance, I recognize the word exit because I see it around. My grandma showed me and she told me what it looks like. She told me it looked very hardly. I did, and I have it memorized. I know what the word exit looks like. I can't spell it like right off the tip of my tongue, but what I can do is when I see it, I know that says exit. So that means that I know where to go. Okay? I know how to work with my disabilities. And here's the thing. Yeah, but there's certain things that kind of goes out of my reach of what I can do with my disabilities. And I'm being shoved forward with you guys. It's in that comedy show place. Yeah, I couldn't work with it. Like, there's no way I could possibly work with my disabilities in that very room. So yeah, but I'm just saying this because I just feel like I should say something about it. And I feel like it should just be said. Like, don't make fun of people who have disabilities because in the day, they have more difficulty. They have more difficulty of grasping that what that disability prevents them from doing. Understand this: my disability is reading. So, in other words, reading is like my arch nemesis. I know that's stupid, but it is. Reading is my arch nemesis. And every day I'm having a battle with reading. Do I win? Yes. When I start winning, when I realize I can use other things to help me read. And I've had these things my entire life. And I've had access to these my entire life, but I only found out it in one particular point in the time, and so now I use it. So in other words, so yeah. So I hope people who see this, and if they have disabilities, I'm pretty sure it's called dyslexic. But yeah, people who have this disability or any disability know that I stand with you, and I hope people treat you well, and I hope people treat you better. The people who haven't dealt with people with disabilities, take this as a helpful guide to learn to be respectful when it comes to people with disabilities, and not be a jerk. Because understand this: you're a jerk. They have the common sense enough to whoop your ass. Okay? They have the common sense to do that much. And they also have the common sense enough to just stop talking to you as well. Honestly, I would expect people to not talk to the people who mess with them instead of picking violent. Leave violent as a last option. Who knows? Maybe I'll talk about that some other TikTok. But I'm almost running out of time here, so see you guys later. Crimson Thunder out. I will get the supervillains done some point. I'll probably do it at school since I have school tomorrow.